This is my $600 Mazda 3, and then this is Betty. Today we're going to be doing some DIY window tinting. So yeah, let's get right into it. My name's Sterling, and welcome back to the lab. First window we're going to do is our back left. So I know that the first thing we got to do is get these windows nice and clean. So we got our squeegee and our spray bottle. So we're just going to get all this dirt off the window. After you're done with the cleaning of your window, obviously clean to the best of your own abilities. Then you're going to grab your film, and then we're going to place it on the outside of the car, and we're going to trim it from the outside to then place it to the inside. So you're going to want an X-Acto knife, and then your choice of tint. I'm going with a 35%, just as I don't really want the 5%. And I mean, you can always redo it with a darker tint, but this is kind of what's legal-ish where I live. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, first attempt did not work. So we took the mirror off so that we have space. Let's try this again. So we're using 35% tint. It's a lot easier this time. Let's hold that. Okay. Okay, first thing is let's give ourselves a base to work with. Okay, so base. Where is my anchor? Hi, Ben. Where is it? On here. Are you driving, Ben? You big driver? Look at this guy. It's my personal helper. Ben, where's the tool? I see the big one, but I don't know where I put the little one. Oh, it did fall off the seat. Okay, well, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna just anchor it here. And then this time, cut it like that. Okay, that looks a lot better this time. I keep rushing through this, and I know it's supposed to take patience, so I'm gonna take as much patience as we need to make sure that this turns out the best. Okay, I feel a lot more confident going into this one. Okay. Let's do it with the anchor one more time so that we can cut this side. Perfect. One nice long slice. And remember to tear away. Perfect. The reason I'm saving the tint is because I got tiny small spots, but I know I'm not even using this tint for it. Okay, all up. Slice that right there. That all looks very good, very good. All right, now we're going into the heating process. So what we're trying to do is just make sure that it sticks to the glass very nicely. I'm going through with the knife again to make sure that it is cut perfectly. This was the first window that I ended up doing after the back ones that you guys have seen from the fail. It did go pretty smoothly for the most part. So it's all about patience. That's kind of the key that I found for making this all go smoothly. Yeah. Now we got to go into the fun part, removing the tint. So once you get the inner layer off, you're going to make sure you want to douse it with tons and tons of soapy water, and make sure you douse the inside of the window as well. This does help allow it to move, and so it gives you an easier way to position it. So as we can see here, that's currently what I am doing. Once I get it lined up to where I want it to be, this is now where we squeegee the water out. So you kind of want to go from the middle out, and then just keep on squeegeeing until it is set. So after this, you can see, you take the dry squeegee and just make sure it all pops out. And then I'm just heating at the end because there are some bubbles on the side that I do notice. So that is kind of what I'm pushing for. So if you don't end up heating your window on the outside, just let it sit without rolling your window down for a couple days here. See, as we go, there's more, and then the tint does end up sticking to the window. Taking the door panel off does help tremendously with getting this last little bit down. So if you are able to get the trim off, I would suggest to do that to just make it a little bit easier. All right, with the door panel back on and everything put in, this is the first window tinted. Hi, Benny. So it did turn out pretty well for my liking here. For a DIY window tint job, I do think I did pretty well. There is some spots where it could be a little bit better, but I mean, for a first time go at it, I think we did a phenomenal job. So yeah, just a couple things to notice. There is the one spot right up there, and then there are some bubbles just at the bottom here. And with this being an update, most of the bubbles have also dissipated from just having the car in the sun. And then you can see from the tint that I tried earlier, but we end up ripping this tint off anyway. Moving on to the back windows. So at this point, this was my last window to complete. So it did go the smoothest by far. And I did, end up keeping the skills going on. So the back windows, I did switch to 5% after doing the test run with the 35%. The 5% just ended up looking a lot better. And then it does help keep the sun out of my son's eyes. So that is a perk right there. So yeah, once it is all lined up, same thing. We are getting ready to squeegee from the middle out. And this one does turn out pretty well. So the small window, as you can see beside it, those were probably the hardest windows to do. I don't know why, but it just did not roll up. But yeah, as you can see, just squeegee, 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 squeegee. And then we have to set it all up. And then we just go through with the heat gun just to help set it as well as we're getting the lights and stuff set up so we can see. But yeah, just heating it on the outside, getting the last little bubbles out to make sure it does set. But that 5% you can barely see me through, so it did turn out pretty well. And I am pretty happy with that as well. That is a wrap, and when I mean that is a wrap, I use the entire roll of window tint. It looks really good to myself, and that's kind of all that matters. There are some imperfections, but I mean, this is a DIY car. This costed me roughly for both films $60 conjoined, and then the squeegee $12 for a set on Amazon. Yeah, I think it looks pretty sleek. I'm gonna do a little walk around to show you guys kind of what we have here. Okay, so a couple not weeks ago, a couple days ago, I got my 35% tint. There are some like splotches around the side, which, will hopefully go away in a couple of days. So these windows here were pretty easy. Once I picked up the hang to get these ones done, these ones went very, very smooth. The ones that sucked were these little tiny ones. Both sides, I got these crevices. The film doesn't have anywhere to slide into, so you have to cut it perfectly. And it's kind of got like the rounded edges there. That was not fun. Coming to the other side, same thing. We have the 35% tint, you can see through, but it's not too dark compared to the 5% where you can't see in. This was the window I did first. It also went very, very well. There's like a small blemish here, and then same thing from the other side right here. The back, I didn't actually get a recording of because my phone just didn't get it. There are still some bubbles here that I can't squeegee out, and then some lines, obviously, here and there. This window was the death of me. I mean, I'm going to try to heat it up probably tomorrow to see if we can get it out, but I needed to cut the film into two pieces. On camera, you can't really see it, but like if you're in the car, I mean, three pieces actually, because there's this piece right here that needed to come out. I'll show you from the inside. You can kind of pick up the line right there, just at a little angle. Same with here. Not the end of the world. I mean, it does look pretty amazing if I do say so myself. Hopping in to the car and seeing how dark we actually are. Like, it's definitely way darker. You have a black area right there. I mean, that is just tint on top of the thing, but yeah. Overall, like looking at the sides, it looks pretty dang amazing, if I do say so myself. My name is Sterling, and this was Sterling's Automotive Lab. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and put on post notifications for all the videos that are coming down the line so that you can be a part of this journey alongside me.